You wake up to blaring alarms. You're still disoriented, and suddenly you remember that you're in your windowless Airbnb on the 31st floor. At first, you think it's just another drill, until the unmistakable scent of burning plastic hits your nostrils. Within seconds, toxic black smoke seeps under your door and through the AC vents. The door handle is already scorching to the touch. You're trapped. Your lungs burn with each breath as oxygen disappears from the room. You can already hear the firefighters. Help is within reach. But how do you secure breathable air for the next few minutes? What if the answer was right under your seat? Your toilet seat, that is. Toilet Snorkel to the rescue, or as its inventor named it, the fresh air breathing device. In 1982, American inventor William O. Holmes was granted a US patent for one of the most unusual yet potentially life-saving devices. A breathing tube specifically designed to be inserted through a toilet's water trap during a fire emergency. And Holmes wasn't just being quirky. He was actually responding to a deadly trend of the 80s, high-rise hotel fires that claimed numerous lives due to smoke inhalation. And that's exactly the problem Holmes' ingenuity attempted to solve. He recognized something most of us overlook. Every building has an existing ventilation system connected to the plumbing. Those sewer lines have vent pipes that extend straight to the roof, exchanging nasty gases for fresh air, which then travels down the plumbing system. Now, the device itself is actually remarkably simple. A flexible tube with a mouthpiece on one end that creates an airtight seal around the mouth. The other end is designed to snake through the toilet's water trap, past what plumbers call the weir, and into the open drain pipe that connects to that vertical vent stack we talked about. Holmes noted that first we should remember to flush the toilet to expel any lingering sewer gases, then insert the tube through the water trap, bend it upward into the vent pipe, and start breathing. The patent even includes an optional charcoal filter to remove any unpleasant odors from the air. Is it gross? Of course it's gross, even with a charcoal filter. But Holmes knew that when faced with choking on toxic smoke or breathing slightly unpleasant air from a plumbing vent, most people would choose the latter without hesitation. Holmes even noted in his patent that not just the occupants of the rooms, but also the rescuing firemen might benefit from this device. Now, while the sketch of the toilet snorkel may look like another medieval torture device, it seems to check all the boxes for a great invention. It's cheap, portable, solves a huge problem, and is quite unique to say the least. Still, the patent expired in 2001 due to fee-related reasons. So why aren't toilet snorkels standard equipment in hotel rooms alongside those flimsy slippers, tiny shampoo bottles, and decade-old shower caps? There are a few valid reasons. First off, the times have changed. Remember that this was invented in the 80s, when these types of fires were a much bigger concern. Building codes have improved, there are better fire suppression systems, smoke detectors, and better emergency protocols in place. Many modern high-rises also have better ventilation systems or even pressurized stairwells. Secondly, toilet designs and plumbing architecture varies from region to region, so there may not be a single design of a snorkel that's universally compatible. Thirdly, and this is probably the biggest reasons, there are simply better alternatives, such as emergency escape breathing devices, or EEBDs for short. And to be frank, they're simply better because they work in any location, they provide guaranteed contaminant and gas-free air, they've actually been tested on people, and they can be used by people with limited mobility. Also, it doesn't force you to pick between self-dignity or survival. So, while Holmes's patent never came to fruition, it reminds us that sometimes the most brilliant survival tools aren't cutting-edge technology, they're ingenious hacks that leverage systems hiding in plain sight. So it's kind of the epitome of resourcefulness during desperate times. It's also a prime example of an idea where you initially think, that looks dumb. And then, well, looking at the science, it's actually quite ingenious. And ultimately you think again, well, no, wait, it's actually quite dumb. Just use pressured air and follow protocol. And another little fun fact about Holmes, the inventor. He's not just a toilet snorkel guy. He also created a hydraulic jack system that he claimed could save the Leaning Tower of Pisa from inevitable destruction. According to him, his inflatable water-filled jacks could precisely lift or adjust the tower in thousandths of an inch increments to restore the tower to its 15th century position. And this would probably get structural engineers all over the world excited. But the Italian tourism board probably had nightmares about Holmes straightening their infamously crooked cash cow.